All right, give you guys a little update. I only got a chance to do the front. The rear has not been lifted yet. It's still factory, but you can see the gap. You can see the cam adjuster keys from Dirt King. I installed them just like the indentation was on the factory ones. Not saying it'll be factory. I'm still gonna have to get alignment. It's the 1.5 inch strut spacer, and I ended up keeping the leveling kit. Well, 2 pieces of the Suspension Max leveling kit, because of the way the strut spacer is made. The factory little nubs, they barely clear the actual contact surface of this strut right here. So I used one of the shims. Between the 1.5 inch spacer and the factory mounting surface for the front strut. And here's the key again. I did exactly how it was on the factory. There is tire rub on the upper control arm. Again, these are 33. These are Terra Grappler G2s. These are 33 by 12.5. 33 by 12.5 R22s. So you are going to rub the control arm with 12.5. I would recommend 11.5 on factory tires for any GM vehicle that you're putting bigger tires on, the OEM rims. I would recommend 11.5 because the tire itself is 9 wide, but because of the 12, it rubs on the factory. It rubs on the upper control arm. Yeah, but I ended up keeping the Suspension Max piece right here. I ended up keeping that, and with that and the 1.5 inch spacer, I believe I get 3.5 inch lift. Remember, I got to get a diff drop. The CV axles are maxed out. They're right in line with the steering rack, and that angle is horrible. So I want to get the front diff drop. I don't use the 4x4, but we don't want to put any stress on the actual CV axles. But again, I don't use the 4x4. So this is a look at the rough country upper control arm. See, it's doing this thing. It gives you that 2.5 to 3.5 inch alignment with your knuckle. You get to keep your factory knuckle, because everybody knows aftermarket knuckles pushes your tire out 1/2 inch or more. So then you have, the front tires track different from the rear. Then you got to put spacers in the rear to match the front. That's why I didn't want to do a full suspension lift on here. But this is what it looks like right now. I think I have just enough room for 35s. It looked like it might take 37s. It's tempting, but yeah. The rear is not lifted yet. The 3-inch block has not been put in the rear yet. But I did put the 3-inch lift up front, and I kept the Suspension Max, I believe it's 1/2 inch, the little level kit that they give you. So we should be able to put 35s on here without any problems. So the size I'm going with is probably 285, which is the factory 285 55 R22. 285 55 R22. That'll probably be the tire that I go with.